Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
This is our third episode.
It's our third episode of STR, where we talk about hot takes, news, and whatever we feel like. I'm Rose.
And I'm Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, I love her.
Me too. I'm Taryn.
And we
And
are
Sisterhood of the Traveling Rants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one of these days we're going to get it right.
We are, one of these days.
Maybe.
3's normally the charm, but this time it's okay. Maybe 4 or 6 or 10.
Or 50.
50.
Yeah. 50th episode.
Aw. We'll get to the
And
50th
finally
episode.
Get it right. Well,
Yeah.
how's everyone's week?
My week was good. I did have a realization the other day that I couldn't be a therapist because I would have to see photographic evidence of why and who you're crashing out over. Like, I would violate every single code of ethic in psychology. Like, if you show me a picture of this man and he looks like he has a credit score of 12 and he can't name 3 women that feel safe around him and he has a pre-genetic disposition to being bald and broke,
She just
like,
pulls out.
I'm not even going to charge for the session. Like,
Pulls out a picture and you're just like, oh baby, why you got a skinwalker on there? Like,
know.
what's going
Slender
on?
Man.
it's like, we need to call the Ghost Adventures people. Like,
Yeah. Call what's his name?
Not Aaron.
Call
not
Aaron.
He's going through some things. Like,
Yeah. We
he's
love
gonna-
you, Aaron.
We love you.
I had
Yes.
a really bad nightmare about our friend Chris. Yeah,
Well,
he
our
adopted a
Chris?
monkey. Yeah, our Chris. He adopted a monkey, and the monkey was bad as hell. I swear to God, it was really scary.
Oh my god.
Because, like, I'm terrified of wild animals. So, I don't like them.
You could never come over here again. Like,
No,
it would just
like,
be a monkey.
and the
over
monkey
there.
had a diaper on. He was really bad.
Oh
He
no.
was
His name
bad.
was CJ, and he was bad as hell.
He had a name in the
Yeah.
dream? Oh my
He
god.
got to that point in the dream, but then, yeah, I just couldn't take it. I was really freaked out. That
You know-
dream scared me.
They say psychologically your dreams mean something.
What do
so
you
I
think that
wonder-
means?
I don't know. You had some bad noodles last night. There's really no telling.
No.
Skinny dentist, count your fucking days.
Count your fucking days.
Bro, no, why?
I
It's the
swear.
best.
It was good. My tummy didn't agree with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. Not the noodles.
No.
Yeah.
Not the
The
noodles.
$45.
Oh, yeah, $46.
46
noodles. They
dollars.
added the 20% gratuity in there. And then when I told our friend Aubrey that the shits, she was like, oh, are you going to shit in the woods?
It's come back. got
Episode
you.
3, we're talking about it
Episode three.
again.
No,
We're talking about it
let
again.
go.
Well, that's, I guess, the image that everybody's painting of us from now on.
It's just like
You shouldn't
Yeah.
have.
And then last night we were at a party. It was very nice, little house venue thing. But I saw like something that it was like an extreme, like social faux pas. I don't know if this person even lives at the house, but they went up to the fridge and they were drinking water from the built-in water dispenser.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Like chin.
Oh, like
on the
that?
Yes,
Up in
that's
that
what I
motherfucker.
meant. Like.
We both watched
so
it happen. We were like,
mouth,
whoa.
whole nose just right at the spigot. I was like,
Oh my.
that's gross.
It was something.
Did he
It was
put
something.
his mouth on the spigot?
Nah, I didn't really know because I was just looking at the back of his head and I just remember just standing there in the living room like, I know I'm not getting any water
I
from
know.
this. And Rose said the
That's
same
so
thing.
I was
intimate.
like, I know where I'm not getting
I was
water
like, oh,
from.
that's
Like,
nasty. You
I will
nasty.
stay dehydrated. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I
Just
don't-
bold faced like that too. Like in public.
Yeah.
Around people.
There were not just like 4 people in there. There were like
that was
Nah.
a whole show.
Yeah.
So he was really just showing his
Dominance.
ass. Yeah. Dominance. Yeah. He was marking his territory. Actually, this is my water. No one can use it.
It's just like, just so you know.
he just basically
Oh.
peed on it.
Yeah,
Right.
might as well.
Like,
Because people are nasty. Like, I'm not saying this man
Yeah.
specifically does not brush his teeth, but there's a lot of people out there that do not brush their teeth.
really?
I swear to God.
Oh,
I've dated like
no.
4 of them off Hinge. Like,
Not him.
Oh,
No.
I swear. No, I went into a bathroom with this guy that I found on Hinge one time, and he had a hair on his toothbrush. And I was like,
Ew.
I know you don't brush your teeth. I just know it.
Oh
Man.
no.
I didn't kiss him. I, in fact,
good.
left. Like, I
That's
was
good.
like, you know, I got somewhere to be. I gotta go.
Yeah, that's like that bathroom I was in. It was like an after party, and there was hair like all over the bathroom. on the floors,
What?
on the toilet, I was like,
Why did
if
they
you
do
know, if
that?
you're inviting people over and like women too, it's like, come on. Let's get a broom. Let's get a mop.
Right.
Let's get some
Men,
Clorox.
if you're trying to smash,
Yeah.
just clean a little bit. It ain't gotta be like pristine.
Right.
But
No.
come on, just be hygienic. Why we got like shit on the floor?
Yeah.
Just,
I was like, this hasn't been
random
touched
stuff.
in probably
Clean your
months.
sheets.
Like
It looked like. Yeah.
since John F. Kennedy was president.
It makes you wonder about other things.
Right.
Like, are you
Right.
washing your
Y'all wondered
body?
there, like, why there's a male loneliness epidemic. That's
I feel
why.
disrespected. Like you
Yeah.
knew I was coming over and you didn't clean up.
Like your shit particles are
Right.
floating around. They're trying to talk to me
Yeah.
as we speak. Like,
And I'm so annoyed there in my like little beat up face with just like makeup all over.
I know.
I'm looking cute and all this
Right.
stuff.
in this hairy bathroom.
Yeah, and I'm sitting on the
Yep.
nastiest couch ever. Like, man, I'm going home.
God.
We gotta rise above it, guys.
We got to.
We gotta rise above
Got
it.
Women, be better than what I was. Even though in that moment I was doing what I wanted to do.
You learn over time. You learn
Do
over
as I say,
time.
not as I do.
Exactly. That's
I
right.
was at Waffle House like a couple of nights ago because I just hadn't had it in a long time, and my roommate was like, "Hey, come to Waffle House," and we were talking about boars. I don't really know why.
Like the pig?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But see, okay, here's the thing. I thought, tell me if you think I'm a dumbass, because I thought that boars were just pigs that ran away.
They were just-
Boars are just pigs that
Like
go
they
off.
ran away from the farm.
Yeah.
It's not something that I thought.
Where did this conclusion come from? Like, that's what I want to know.
Because I'm thinking that, like, they have to be, like, maintained. Like, I don't know. I didn't know, like, if farmers were just, like, you know, cutting off their hair. And it's like, no, I just thought, like, pigs, you know, because they didn't turn into boars because they were loved.
They were loved.
So I just
Even when they're on the farm, they're wallowing in shit. That's not what I
they
call love,
like
girl.
it. They like rolling in their shit. That's literally a saying. Pigs rolling in shit.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah,
It is
so-
true.
Yeah.
I thought they just got lost.
But are they sentient enough to be able to know, like, oh, well, I'm domesticated, wallowing in a fence, like, enclosure of shit.
Well,
I
apparently
must run away.
my
and
roommate,
become what I
because
really am.
she went to college and she got her degree and shit. She was like, "No, Jessica, they're different kinds of pigs."
It's kind of a funny thought though, like wild pigs. It's just kind of funny. It's like,
Right? Like, how'd you? What?
Like,
but
could you
they're
be-
vicious. They're like really bad for the
yeah,
environment.
Yeah, because they were
They're
talking about the
horrible
park
for the
rangers.
environment.
Yeah.
That's what happened. My
Yeah.
roommate and her boyfriend saw them or whatever. I don't know the story. Anyway, the pigs was out there. Someone went to the park ranger and said, "Hey, there's dangerous little piggies out there," and they had to go, shoo them away because they're bad.
Oh,
bad.
my God.
They ain't whooping.
They're
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, I mean, they say pigs can eat everything.
Do they taste
They
good?
probably eat me too. What, pigs?
Pork?
Boars.
Pork?
Oh, they probably have the same, like, genetic makeup, I would think.
But are they like tougher?
Well, yeah, if they live in the woods. Like, I would think so.
Is it like, I don't know.
Dude.
Does anyone eat like straight up boar?
I don't
Someone's gonna have.
Somebody has
ask.
to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
People eat weird
time-
shit all the time.
When I was studying abroad in Italy, all the boys in my group heard about wild boars in Italy, and they're like, "We're gonna go hunt them down." And so they got like butter knives
What?
and started walking down the hill to like find the boars. Obviously, they didn't find any, but
This is the most frat story I've ever heard in my
they're
life.
like, "We're gonna get them
With butter knives.
with our butter knives."
The
Yeah,
butter
no.
knives, like, y'all would not survive. Like,
Hell.
actually, this is why there's a male loneliness epidemic. This is exactly
Going
why.
out and trying to
Yeah.
hunt boars.
Y'all used to
with
serve
butter
your
knives.
country. Now you just serve at
Men
Waffle
used
House.
to go to war and die.
Yeah.
I swear.
doing now?
God,
y'all
what are
doing?
we doing?
What are y'all? What are
Be
we-
better. Do
better.
better.
Be better, guys.
I mean,
Do better.
At least
What
get a
if
gun.
You could
Mm.
domesticate a boar. Like maybe just train it?
You could try. Lots of people in
wonder.
Florida do that shit all the time.
Horse?
No, but like just wild animals in general. That's why it's such an issue out there.
And
Yeah.
they keep just random stuff. I know in Tennessee, like, we're allowed to have, what is it, like llamas and camels
Yeah.
and alpacas.
Bison.
Giraffes. We can actually have a giraffe.
Yeah, I had a neighbor
Yeah, it's
growing
very
up.
random.
Yeah, I had a neighbor growing up in North Carolina who had alpacas, and it was the first time I ever saw one in person, and I was just like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like 12. Like I was like, I know what llamas look like. These motherfuckers like scream, like they scream.
What?
Yeah, alpacas
I did not
scream.
know that.
They're like, ah! And I was terrified. Like I was like, Mom, like what's going on out there? She was like, you a dumbass. They're alpacas. They'll be fine. They don't eat people. I'm like,
That's
okay.
hilarious.
If you see them, they're like, oh, that's interesting, but it's not like super crazy. Like when you see a bison, that's just like a gangster cow.
Yeah.
To me. It's like it's the same, right? Right?
A cow for the
Bison
streets.
is like, yeah.
Like
That's cool.
It is like kind of alarming seeing them. I saw them in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, like on somebody's
bison?
random, like a few of them on somebody's farm.
oh
We were
my
driving
God.
like back roads, and I look over.
Was it
and
Jeffree
they're
Star's
just-
farm?
Jeffree Star.
Does he have a
Jeffree Star.
Bison. He be selling that buffalo meat.
What?
I swear to God, that's what he does.
He does everything. Good
So
God.
you were driving.
No, I mean that was pretty much it. We were driving the back roads
Mm-hmm.
in like somewhere near Gatlinburg, and there was just a bunch of bison standing there in somebody's farm, but it was a small little plot, so it's a little bit sketchy.
I believe
Oh
that.
my God! Right? It just like stuck in this like little playpen. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
literally. I was like, this cannot be legal, but I guess it is.
I would be
Tennessee.
more terrified of bison than I would be of like an alpaca for
I
sure.
don't know why
Oh, yeah.
anybody hasn't taken up the opportunity to have a giraffe.
I'm sure somebody has.
They're probably expensive.
I'm gonna need
yeah.
You think?
I wonder how much a giraffe runs for.
Somebody looked that up.
Somebody Google
One
it.
of the listeners.
Wow.
that. One of the listeners, I'm looking at
Actually,
$300.
no, that's not
I
right.
was like,
$300.
the AI overview just never gets it
Yeah.
right. Like,
This is an adoption kit. They won't tell me. Okay, it's got to be sold on the black. Oh, yep. 40K to 80K.
I knew
I
it.
feel like that's not even that bad.
it's really not. A
It's
Maserati's more than that.
Hey,
Like,
that's affordable.
Like-
That's affordable.
you know what? Let's pitch in and get a giraffe.
Okay, we get a giraffe.
Let's get a giraffe.
That's the kind of shit I would do.
I
If I
swear.
was rich, if I had, what's it called, fucky money, I think I would just do weird stuff like that.
Yeah, like buy a giraffe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, ethically, I don't know if that's okay, but it would be cool.
I mean, as long as you have leaves, like they're not, carnivores. They eat
That's true.
You
vegetables.
can also have
Yeah.
a kangaroo.
I don't want a kangaroo.
Oh.
Then,
Oh,
Not
you
want
seen
one of those.
mean.
Like, no, thank you.
You seen the muscly ones?
Yeah.
That literally have
why are they
biceps.
so aggressive? They're just like, I don't know. they give off like such dude in the club
Yeah.
who's like way too drunk.
They're mean.
Or like the
dude.
bouncer.
They're mean as fuck. Like, I hear stories like from Australia. They're just like terrified of kangaroos out there because the motherfuckers will kick your ass. Like literally, like,
literally.
they will jump kick your ass.
We
Like,
can have those, but like they'll we can have like all class 3 animals in Tennessee, and kangaroos are a part of that.
Really?
But in class 1, it's like primates, chimpanzees, orangutans. I would rather have a orangutan than a kangaroo.
orangutans
Yeah.
could rip your ass apart.
They
though.
could, but they're
They are
so cute.
strong.
They're so cute.
They are.
They look like really smart.
I just have a fear of like owning a primate in general because of that like story from a long time ago. I don't know if y'all remember it, but it was this lady
Travis?
who had
chip.
yes, and
Okay,
she
yes.
brought him over to her friend's house, and like he ripped her face off.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
that shit terrifies me. That poor lady, like that shit terrifies me so bad. Like
Yeah.
I just because like animals like that, they don't know their own strength, so they just go at it. You piss them off, they're fucking at 110. Like
Yep.
I'm
And he wouldn't
good.
stop.
And they won't stop.
Nope.
No.
Y'all see Chimp Crazy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
hiding
on there.
The
Yeah.
chimp. That was a weird documentary.
It was.
'Cause
It actually was.
Cause I was really pissed off that she kind of just like blew her cover. I was like standing up like in the living room, be like, what the fuck?
No, I literally did the same thing. I was like, you realize there are cameras,
Right. I was like,
and
we're filming right now.
Right.
Do you know we're filming right now? This is a crime. You hit an animal. You said he was dead. He's not dead.
Right. Right. You openly admitted this shit, like, on film.
Yeah,
right after she was on Zoom court, and she was like,
Crying.
my chip is gone.
God.
Oh no,
I can't
she's
take
crying.
it.
No.
Her hair like covered in that.
She rehearsed this shit. She
Crying,
rehearsed
and then
that
she
shit.
just slams the laptop, and she's like, "Hey, what's the chimp's name?"
Oh, I don't know.
I forgot.
She was
Oh my
like,
God.
It was Tonka.
Tonka, and she just goes down to the basement. And there he is.
Yeah.
Oh
And Tonka
my
in this like
I'm like,
really
hello?
depressing,
It was
like
sad.
four color, four wall thing. I was like, how do you even like think that this is appropriate?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna adopt an animal, don't you think you would have like an enclosure that's
Yeah.
prepared for them? Like, it's like with any regular animal. Like, you wouldn't keep like a husky in a fucking 1-bedroom apartment.
Right.
So why the fuck would you keep a chimp like in an enclosure like that? It's so miserable.
Yeah, by itself too.
Yeah.
And I don't-
Sad.
it's not like she didn't have money. I was like,
Right.
if I had money, I would just make Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na.
Minus the death toll. Like.
No. Plus.
Oh, including the.
And then
Excuse me.
I just trick all my enemies to come there.
Oh my god.
Let's play a game.
That's smart. I know. Ooh, the most dangerous game.
Ooh.
Wait, isn't that the one where he like sets him on an island?
Yeah, he hunts the
I don't want
person.
to hunt them. I want to
Oh,
just,
okay.
like, watch them like run away.
You
from
just wanna watch them
dinosaurs.
suffer.
Okay, if you
Okay.
survive, you survive. Cool.
That's true.
Like-
That would be fun.
Like, good job.
Yeah,
You
I'm not a
survived.
villain.
Yeah.
I'm just a planner.
I am. I like watching people suffer.
Yeah.
This episode's going.
This is also why I couldn't be a
different
therapist.
way.
Just like, tell me more about your horrible life. Ah, yes, makes me feel better about mine. Like,
What is that?
Right.
That German word? Sonnenfladen. Stitchel? Stitchel? It's Stitchel, right?
girl, that beats me. I don't know. Like,
Skeet Beagle.
Scheme illegal.
Scheme-illegal.
Yeah, that word. Scheme illegal.
sorry to any German people watching this. Like,
It's okay because I'm 50% German, guys.
oh, okay, then it's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I represent the German race.
Freaking right.
No, the people of Germany. I mean, my bad.
I can have
Everyone.
several different meanings here, like considering Germany's history. Like,
Please don't cancel me.
Oh.
I don't condone everything that the Germans did. You know, because some sketchy
they
things.
did some
but
fucked up shit.
yeah,
Let's be specific and say the Nazis. It's not the Germans.
Yeah,
Really
it's true.
Nazi.
true.
That's true.
Not all the
We
Germans.
don't
There
support
weren't
Nazis.
Germans hiding.
No, or
Oh,
Elon Musk.
Jewish people.
Right. They
It's
were.
a history lesson. for
Yeah.
you guys.
But it was a very small percentage. It was a very small percentage of them. But honestly, like that, in that time period, like in history, like Hitler was so, like, he instilled so much fear in people that, like, you know, people were scared to, like, speak out. That's why it
Yeah.
was so, like, you know, that's why it was such a horrific event, because, like, people thought, like, oh, if I do something to help the Jewish community, then, you know, I'll get fucking, you know, in trouble.
It's basically like
Stuff that I can't say on the pod, but I'm sure you have Google. You can look it up.
basically
if
like
you're
the
not aware.
bystander thing, but like in a bigger scale.
Oh yeah, the bystander effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
just like, well, somebody else will do it. No.
Yeah, I was actually, it's crazy. I was just watching a documentary the other day about that, the bystander effect and how it came to be. This girl named Kitty Genovese in New York. She was brutally assaulted, ended up passing away in the streets of New York. And like, it was some crazy amount of people, like 50 people in an apartment complex that all were just like, they heard what happened and they saw, like some of them saw what happened and saw her like stumbling down the street. And every single one of them were like, oh, someone else will call the cops. And that's how she passed away.
Wow.
And that's how that term came to be, the bystander effect, because it didn't take until one woman, like, she stumbled into, like, a stairway in an apartment complex, and this woman came out and was just like, oh my God, somebody, like, do something, like, finally. But it was, like, a 20 or 30-minute endeavor that, like, people were just like, oh, I see her suffering, but, like, somebody else will call the cops. It's fine. And that's also, actually, interestingly enough, that's also how 911 came to be. Like, the universal, like, number for 911. That's because it was originally like just local police and local numbers for police stations. But now after that case, they initiated 911. So like now it's a universal number, or at least like in the States.
Oh, okay. I was
Okay.
like, what?
Universal. It's
National?
like, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
999 in Europe, but here it's 911. So yeah, fun fact.
Interesting.
Not fun, but like, you know, it's a fact.
Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah. I had to do also like a huge paper on it in college. Like, about, like, so that's the only reason why I know about this shit.
That's fair
like,
too.
yeah.
Like, that's so. It's like cool to know, but
Yeah.
most people don't know that.
Yeah. But also, if you're ever in a situation like that where it's like somebody's hurt or somebody needs like help, you just have to tell somebody, like, you go call 911, and like psychologically they're like assigned a task.
That's what they teach you in like CPR.
Yeah.
Because you have to be like, you do it.
Yeah.
Because people just like need
Direction. Yeah.
basically. I remember, like, because I'm a part of the East Nashville Facebook group.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'll like see posts, and this woman had posted like, oh, there's like a random lady knocking on doors. Like multiple people were talking about like, oh yeah, she knocked on my door. And I was like, is she okay?
Yeah.
They were like, oh, you know, I'm just trying to protect my home. I was like, no one said that you had to open the door. Just
No.
call the non-emergency police line.
Right.
Or something. It's like, if she looks fine, she didn't look like, you know, there was a ring camera footage. I was like, she just looked like kind of maybe intoxicated or maybe going through a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were just, she thought I was making her feel bad when I said, oh, like, hope she's okay. She's like, oh, well, I'm trying to take care of my home. I didn't say you had to open the door.
Right.
Just open the...
Nobody said you had to invite her in.
Just
Like,
call the
No.
police.
yeah.
It
It's
was just
really
Do
simple.
I feel
something.
like they just like make up stuff just
Yeah.
to not contribute.
It's like,
in
oh, I
any
want
way.
the likes on Facebook, but I don't actually want to do anything.
I want
Like, not saying that
change in the
this person
world,
did that.
but I don't want to be the change.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't
That's
that
a
crazy?
bit scary. Being a bigger person.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to
It's
do
a
the right
lot.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And that is such a big thing where it's like, oh, somebody else will do it, or somebody else that has more money or has more clout or has just like the better status than me is they'll probably like do something to help ABC. You know, it's like, oh, I couldn't be the one
Right.
to do it.
Not
you know?
I.
Not I.
It's so sad because
Yeah.
like the world really would be a better place if like everybody had the mentality of, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I do have the power to change things and I'm
Right.
going to do it, you know? Like,
Yeah, if we all had that mentality.
Just put everybody who puts the cart back after they go shopping on one side of the country and the others on the other fucking side of the country. Because that's a split.
Yeah.
That's the real difference.
Even
between
split.
everybody. All you motherfuckers who do that, over there.
count your days.
Count your days.
I already
Count
know
your
what type of
days.
person you are.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was raining so hard one day. I just saw somebody just like put in the middle of the parking lot. You know me. I'm crazy. So I know, like,
Oh.
fight myself
No.
just to like not scream. Be like, put it back.
Right.
It's like the worker there in like literally in the rain, taking all this stuff up. You know how it's all like attached together in a line. I was like, why don't you put it back for him? You're being mean.
Right.
Being mean.
It's really not that hard to put your cart back. Do it
No.
or else.
Do it.
How was your week?
We're on
Taryn?
your ass.
Yes. How was your week?
Oh yeah. That was like forever ago. It was good. It was good. Went to my friend's art show on Thursday.
Sick.
Caroline Estelle. Check her out on Instagram. She's got really cool art. And that was at Butterlamp, which is like I think bread and beverage. Butterlamp bread and beverage is what it's called.
Ooh.
But it was cool. It was really good. But yeah, other than that, really didn't do much. Went to Lowbar last week, and that's a whole story I
Oh.
could get into.
God.
Swing into it.
Tell. Swing into it.
So I was there with some friends, and my ex was there, because he's everywhere that I go now. So that's really fun. And they do karaoke there. And so me and my friend Tyler, shout out Tyler Kuchwara and Campanula, we were going to sing a song together. And so we get up, sing the song, and my ex was sitting at a table with some friends, like, right in front of the stage. And by the time we were done, they were all gone. They had left. I was like, okay, you really trying to avoid me right now. And then, so everybody had left, and I had to get an Uber because my tire was flat, which had to pay $755
Oh my
for 4
God.
tires, which probably got gypped, but anyways, that's besides the point. So I was waiting for the Uber, and somebody tapped me on the shoulder, and I was like, hello? And it was one of his friends, and he come up to me, and he was like trying to talk to me about how I like lost something great, like the cream of the crop type human, and how like I was missing out so much and all this stuff. And I was like, bro, it is 3 a.m.
He was saying this to you about your ex,
Yes.
like that you're missing out.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
And he was like, I came up here and I had every intention to talk like the most shit to you, but you're really nice, so I'm not gonna do that.
What a weird
Wow.
thing to say.
That's a
Okay.
really weird thing to say.
Also,
Yeah.
who are you to walk up to a complete stranger and talk shit?
Right. Like,
Which I had
Grown
met
men
him.
are so sassy today.
right. It's a good
What's
thing
going
I don't
on?
give a fuck what you think.
I know.
Like,
I was like, and I'd met him before, and one of 2 times he was just like doing coke all night, which I don't know if we can add that, but he was just like partying,
Adding it.
and then the other time he was just like at his house, but I didn't really know him that well, and he was like, I know that you never liked me, and I know you were judging me and all this stuff, and I was like, bro,
True.
I mean,
right, yeah, correct.
I was like,
You
okay,
sound
I
annoying.
mean,
Yeah.
It
You
was
sound
really
like I want to
weird.
stick shards of glass in my eyelids right now.
right, so
Get a grip.
that was crazy. And he was like, well, you guys were really good together, and
No.
I just think that like if someday you can turn around and y'all could maybe work it out and all
Someday
this stuff. And I
you
was
can
like,
turn around.
what?
What the heck is Goblin saying
Right.
to people?
I know, he was like, me and him sat on my porch for hours just talking about you, like
What?
Hours?
What is
Yeah,
wrong
he said
with
hours.
These men?
Male loneliness
I
epidemic.
was like, oh
This
my.
is why, motherfucker. This is
Yeah.
exactly why.
Like,
Yeah.
you can be, like, I'm crazy. I am crazy.
Go for it. Me too.
But, like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is actually crazy.
That's-
because
like,
you, like, what, like, one, as someone who's, like, the best friend and the close and know all the bullshit, he sucked.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, you suck. I don't like
You know who you are. Yeah.
I will fight you. But yeah, no, like, it's just, and then running around telling people like, yeah, we were just so good together. No, you emotionally manipulated her. Just like, you're annoying. Stop. She don't want you. It's never gonna happen. It should never happen in the first place.
I think it's just weird that
Amen.
one of your friends are walking up to you asking,
Right.
like, or just like actually just projecting, like
Yeah.
I thought that you hated me and you judged me, bitch. It's because you wake up in the morning and you judge yourself. Like,
Yeah.
that's the reason why. Like, nobody ever does anything because of you personally. They do it because of themselves. Like, I'm sorry you cry yourself to sleep every night. Like, I don't even know who you are. Like, I just know that
Right.
based on that information alone, like, I'm sorry. Number one, I don't give a fuck what a man thinks. Like, that's number one. And number two, especially not at 3 a.m. Like, please go home, call yourself a
Yeah.
lift, and get the fuck out of my face. Like,
I was so confused because I was like, you think that I think about you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you think I have opinions about you? Like,
says
I
more
don't.
about him than you.
Yeah,
Like, it
I
says
was
way
like,
more
I
about
don't
him
know
than
you. This is really weird. It's 3 a.m. I'm tired and don't know what to
It
say.
is so annoying to just hear, like, repeatedly that Taryn is the one that needs to come around or change her ways, as if you were on the wrong path.
Lack of
in the first place. It's like, change from what?
Right.
Being a perfectly fine girlfriend?
Right.
What do you want?
It's a lack of accountability for me. It's the lack of accountability.
Yeah.
That's the wild part
God.
to me, is that because I've had exes too in the past who were just like, it was all you. Like, no, bro, it was all you. Like, excuse me. Like, that's the thing. It's just like when you get older, you start to see like, okay, like when you go down your healing path and you know, like start to realize you drop the ego, whatever the fuck, and you realize like, okay, maybe I could have done that better. Like, and like, you know, you take accountability for yourself. But if you're the type of person that sits there and it's just like, it was all that person's fault, you need to go talk to the lady. You need to go talk to the lady. Yes. And it's not me. I'm not that lady. You're not that lady. You need to go talk to the lady with the degree on the wall. Like,
men, please understand that even if you say you're sorry, that isn't like that person doesn't have to forgive you.
Exactly.
They have to like be friends with
And
you.
he
or
never
talk to
said
you.
he was sorry either, because he doesn't believe he didn't do anything wrong. So.
Yeah, so like,
yeah.
bye.
So even if he did,
Bye.
you know, I don't have to forgive or do anything like that.
But you're healed.
exactly.
You just
healing.
Oh no, healed. That's it's not in her mind. It just feels like certain people in like his life just keep coming out of nowhere, be like, oh my god, you know, spreading his like little notions about what happened.
And it's been like almost a year now. I'm like, can we just let this go? Please.
Right.
Please.
Get a
I'm so
restraining order
tired
going.
of it.
Free,
Set me free.
Please, God.
And he's literally everywhere I go now. Everywhere. And I'm like, do you have a tracker on me? Do you have like
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
like
air, what's it called? Those
air tags.
I was
tags.
here last
Yeah.
night. I was like, do you have like your location like still with them or something?
I was like,
Ooh,
hell
hell
no.
no.
Weird.
He's like, I knew I was gonna see him because I was like, there's just no doubt. Like, he's always where I am.
Right.
It's very weird.
Right.
And he was by himself.
Next time you
literally by
see
himself.
him, like for real, just be like, who are you?
In a
we
2006
met?
Fall Out Boy beanie.
Yikes.
Oh, yeah, like, brother, you're 32, 33 years old. Maybe let's put the beanie away.
Oh. And let's stop talking about our ex-girlfriends to people.
Yeah.
Let's just let it go.
Especially to people that were friends with me first and are still friends with me.
But also
It's like,
to
well.
people who clearly also need help. Like, stop getting advice from people who are fucked up or just more than fucked up than you. Like,
Yeah,
this
those
is the
people too.
issue, people. Like, stop fucking getting advice from people that
Are worse than you.
you
I
understand.
had like 6 words I could have said, and I couldn't think of them because they all came in at once. Like, I was like, why do y'all get help from people that also need help? Like, stop doing that.
It's like they're going to the next level crazy
Next
person
tier
to
of
talk
fucking-
to.
No.
Be like, I wasn't wrong, dude, right? Like, I mean, I know I like blew up this car and stuff, but like, I wasn't wrong, right? And they're like, bruh, no.
Like, I would have done the same thing.
She's
like,
freaking out for nothing.
And that's literally why they go to those people, because they're going to validate them.
Exactly.
When everybody else around them was like, actually, no, you were a jerk.
Yeah.
And they're like, actually, no, I'm not listening to what you say.
And you can't even have conversations with people that like that. You can't have normal conversations with people who don't think they did anything wrong. Like, because they're gonna, number one, gaslight you into thinking that you're crazy because you're trying to tell them like, hey, you could have done this better, and then they're fucking sitting here in their ego cloud, just oh no, I did nothing wrong. Like, nah, bitch, like you did. Like, I think that's really, and that's also another thing. Like, clearly these people are not his friends. Like, because if they were really your friends, then they would tell you when you did something
They
wrong.
would tell
Right.
him to sit his ass down somewhere.
Right.
Shut up.
Please.
Right.
Like, move on, dude. Like, move
That's
on.
the thing about that guy that came up to me. I was like, you must not know him. And you must not know the situation at all.
Yeah.
Right.
For you
So
to
it's
be
like,
saying
why
these things.
is he even stop talking to people?
But
that
also,
don't know
it's the
anything?
audacity for me. It's the audacity for you to walk up to me and think that I, number one, give a fuck about what you think about
Right.
something that has nothing to do with you. And number two, like, project all of not only his insecurities, but, like, your insecurities onto me. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, please. Goodbye.
Yeah, I was like, you
Class
have your
dismissed.
little minion coming up talking
Right,
to me.
that's what it sounds
Like, you can't just do it yourself.
Man,
Not that
get
I
a
want
grip.
to, but
Get a fucking grip.
get a fucking grip.
Please, God.
Yeah, please do, so I can just like tase.
Yeah,
I'm
get
a
it.
taser.
Because
That
we
was a
all
joke.
we're all strapped. This is not a joke, actually.
Actually, yeah,
we're
we're
all
strapped.
strapped in this motherfucker. Every single one.
Saying if we want to talk shit.
Right.
So yeah, anyways, that's what happened to me last weekend, and we live and laughing and loving.
That's right.
Out
Live, laugh,
here.
love. In this
Yeah.
house, we believe in laughter.
That's
That's
just
all you
Hallmark.
can do. That's
What
all
is
you
Hallmark?
can do. Like, sometimes you just have to look at situations like that and laugh. You know what? Next time,
Yeah.
God forbid, that actually does happen to you again, just laugh and walk away.
Oh,
Just
God.
be like,
I should have.
Walk.
Yeah, thinking about it, I'm like, I definitely was way too nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which,
But
like,
that's okay. I mean, you're a
I
nice
kind
person.
of like that I was, because then he couldn't be an asshole to
Right.
me, you know?
Right.
And then now we can tell the story and be like, what was that?
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm like a decent human.
So,
Crazy.
moral of the story, if anybody plays crazy in your face, laugh and walk away.
Yep.
It's the best insult. Or just be nice and then walk away. And laugh while you're walking. Such an insult.
Throw a grenade behind you.
Well, you know, if you're willing to go to jail, do that. Like,
Metaphorical grenade, maybe?
But I look good in orange.
crop dust them. Like,
Crop dust.
crop dust them and walk away. Like,
That's good too.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either one.
After you walk away, he's just like, wow, she was so nice. Taryn just like crops Dusty's ass. Take that!
Fucking farted.
I love a good biological
Farted.
warfare comeback.
Yeah.
Taryn and I were talking about our shitty teachers last night. Okay, it's actually started off with my dissociating issues that I have. So
Join
I do
the club.
this thing, yeah, but mine's a little bit concerning because I dissociate and I will come to, but when I come to, I am staring at someone's crotch and
Oh, yeah.
or chest.
I know. Is there a reason?
No, I'm not sexually attracted to these people. I just like get stuck sometimes.
I do
Then
that
when
sometimes.
You
I
know-
come to, either I'm staring at a wall or like a fan, and sometimes it's someone's pee pee.
No.
You know, I don't do that with genitals, but
Yeah, I do that sometimes with boobs.
like if there's and I know I got a lot
I'm
of physical
sorry.
flaws. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm perfect, but if there's a physical flaw on somebody, I'll disassociate and just stare at it, and I catch myself staring at it, and I'm like, "Don't be rude," like,
Yep.
and then I'll like come
Those
back.
are the worst, but I feel so good about myself. Like when you meet someone like without an arm, and then you look them in the eye the whole time, and they leave the conversation and be like, "I did good. I'm proud of myself." Y'all are feeling that? You're a great person.
Hey, we being real honest on this
Yeah,
podcast.
a little too honest here. Like,
I
listen,
feel like a great person.
listen. Like
It's not that you know I don't think of them as a human being. It's just like they ain't got no. They don't got arms.
Yeah, it's like you don't see people without arms often. So I understand what
Right.
you're saying.
It's also
And-
like I'm sure a lot of people are really mean to this person,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like I've grown, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're like, I'm just gonna treat them like a regular old person.
Not that if you're
Which they are.
missing limbs, that there's something wrong with you. Just
No.
gonna say that out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people out there who are ignorant, and a lot of people who are just like they think less of you if you have like a physical defect or a mental defect, which is crazy considering like everybody has something. You know, everybody has something wrong with them. So like whether it's, you know, apparent or not. So do better, people.
Do better.
Do better.
Sometimes it's just interesting to look at.
Yeah. Like I agree. And you know, there's people who have humor about that shit. Like I was actually, it's funny because like I was reading like a funny story, and it was this guy who didn't have, you know, his left arm or his left like hand, and his watch was always on the hand or the arm that didn't have the hand. And his coworker one day was just like, you know, why don't you ever put your watch on the other arm? And the guy looks at him and is just like, how the fuck am I gonna do that, fool? I don't have a fucking arm. Like, I don't have a fucking hand.
Wait.
Like, how the fuck am I going to put it on the other hand if I don't have a hand to put it on there with? And like, I'm like, I love that. Like,
Yeah,
That's
I love
funny. I didn't even think about that.
it. Yeah.
I was like, that's a great question.
You're like, why don't you ever put the watch on the other hand? How? Like, how am I going to do that?
Don't have a hand.
Please tell me.
Hey.
Enlighten me.
I don't know.
But yeah, I feel good about myself when I do that. But when I don't, and I just associate and look at stuff, I just like feel bad because then people think that I want their bodies, and I don't want to do that. I'm so sorry if I've
That's
ever done
fair.
that to you. It's not my thing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Right. But you said you do that with teachers?
Well, the one time I did it, Mr. Finkel taught me, and he really thought I wanted him. He wasn't like being inappropriate or anything like that, but it's just like for the rest of my time in high school, every time I would see him, he'd be like, give me that smile, as if like, oh, here comes the pervert kid. I'm like, I don't
The
want
pervert
you.
kid?
Yeah.
God.
I was like, I don't want you.
Oh,
I'm
God.
like 16.
But also, actually, that
20.
says more about him than it
Right,
does
it's like,
you.
why do you think? And when he did that, because immediately he covered his junk when he saw me, and I came to, and I was like, oh no, putting my hands up like this. I was like, oh, bro, I don't want to do that at all. And he just like was awkward for the rest of my time there. I was like, I don't want you.
Like, sir, you're talking to a child.
Yeah,
Like,
you're like, yeah.
Let's make that very clear.
Sold.
Dude, I had a teacher that called one of my classmates a fire crotch, like to her.
What?
So
Did he know
then he
what
got
that
fired.
meant? Or what?
At what?
Did he know what that meant? Or like,
Oh, yeah.
what
Well, he's
was
like a
the
grown man.
What's even the context for him to like be calling a child a fire crotch?
Yeah.
I mean, she had red hair, and
Oh, he just said it. She like walked in the room and was like, oh, what's up, fire
I think she was
he
like,
said, fuck it, I got tenure. Like,
oh, she was like joking around or something because they like would banter sometimes. You know how like some students have that with teachers, kind of weird. But
Yeah.
they were bantering, and then he was like, "Ha, fire crotch," like trying to be funny. But it's like, ooh, buddy, you took that a little too far.
Yeah, that's a teacher who has taken their job to another place where it shouldn't be.
yeah,
Yeah,
Was
right.
he
got
an English
fired.
teacher?
No, he was he was a coach.
History.
He was a
Always
coach,
the coaches.
Coach
and he
English
taught
and history.
physics.
Swear.
He taught what?
Physics.
Physics. That's a new one for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, y'all was smart in your school. I didn't have physics.
Yeah, we didn't have that shit.
What the hell?
Well, I didn't understand.
We had
any of it, so-
marijuana
Oh.
in the KKK.
Oh my.
So did we, but, we didn't.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I got ice cream on Friday, so.
That was always a plus. The pizza
That's what
parties and shit.
matters.
Oh, it was so
Yeah.
great.
No, the
Yeah.
teachers. I feel like a lot of people shouldn't be teachers. I feel like-
Yeah.
I don't know what the test got to be harder. Something got to
Yeah.
happen. I'm sorry.
And they were all at South Johnston High School in
Yeah.
North
Oh,
Carolina.
God.
Like
Whoop.
the same stuff they be putting registered nurses through, where they're crying and pulling out their hair the whole time. I need the same thing to be happening to teachers. I
Right.
need you to fight for it
Right.
because a lot of y'all don't want it.
That's how I feel
Yeah.
about cops.
Oof. Yeah. You got to think about the motivations behind some of these people and getting in these fields.
Yeah.
Like if they want to be teachers, why do you want to be a teacher? If you want to be a cop, why do you want to be a cop?
Right.
You know?
Right. But also, it's kind of interesting to me that, most places where you become, you train to become a cop, it's only 6 months to a year that you have to learn the law. Why do lawyers have to go to school for 8 years to do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ain't that weird? I've always thought that was really strange.
Because they're defending the law, I guess.
But
I
you would
mean-
still have to know it all in full, right?
One
For
would
your-
think.
Like county.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. But also, lawyers are like that too. You can't be a lawyer in every single state. You have to be registered in a certain state.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. It's like it's like little bits. You just know what's a crime.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it
Yeah.
is different. It is different, but I do think that some things there just need to be a little bit harder on cops with the psychological stuff. Because what's going on? It's just that's a little bit much. I was almost kidnapped once.
What?
At my home.
By a
you
cop?
Know this.
Oh.
No, not by a cop.
Oh. I I was like, damn,
But
an
no,
officer
there was
of the
this,
law?
There was this weird SUV driving around my neighborhood for some time, and they knocked on my door about 3 times. And the third time, the passenger side door was open. The car was running in my driveway. So yeah, somebody was a driver. So there's like 2 people, and I'm home alone. So I called the cops. I'm like, hey, I don't know these people. They keep coming around here. I don't want to answer the door. I'm just like a little bit freaked out, especially when I was I didn't know if they were gone or not.
Yeah.
Because the way the door is set, I could only see like part of the street. So I didn't know if they were up the street and like waiting for me to come out. Because I don't know how long these people have been casing the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I go out
It's a real thing.
because when I was a party girl and going out 3 times a week, they may have followed me. I don't know. But I called, and the cops get to my door, and he says, "Oh yeah, we just saw a black Escalade leave the neighborhood. That's them. Go get them.
Yeah.
Go."
That's why I called you.
I was like, so are you gonna like just go investigate? Because I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh, well, that was a black Escalade that was just leaving.
Oh my
That's
god.
them.
Like,
then-
no shit.
Yeah.
That's
so
why
I'm
you're
like,
here. Like,
okay.
Right.
I'm in my like PJs, like, okay. And then he's like, oh, well, I guess you got a secret admirer. I would have choked him.
excuse
If I had
me?
ability.
Oh, we're definitely in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
For sure.
oh. I was like, no,
That's
I don't think that's
crazy.
funny. I was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
This
Like-
buddy cop in the background just like,
Oh my god.
Like, do you not watch true crime? Your
Yeah.
life is crime. Like, you should know this.
Right. That's insane.
I mean, North Carolina cops ain't no different. Like, I had 2 of them knocking on my door at 4 a.m. looking for my ex. And it was like, they were beating on the fucking door. And they were
Dang.
just like,
God.
does so-and-so live here? And I'm just like, not anymore. I hope you catch him. Arrest his ass. Like, I basically was like, can I go to bed?
Wait, what?
That's such a Law and Order scene right there.
I was like, it don't mean shit to me. Like, go ahead and get him. Like, I don't know where he is, but I hope you
And then you
catch
come
him.
back and be like, I heard he's by the dock.
Like, yeah. But they did catch him, and now he has a horrible looking mugshot for assault and battery. And I was like, damn, I dodged a bullet. Like,
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. Like,
Yeah.
why were they looking for him?
yeah. Oh, that dude was crazy. That dude was a creep. Remember the last episode when I mentioned people do weird things with underwear? That was one of those motherfuckers. Not my underwear.
Oh.
Let me make that clear, because I'd be in jail. Like, it's
Right.
some things you don't touch.
Right.
But yeah, actually, you know what? I am going to tell this story.
Tell it.
Whenever I kicked him out of my house, this was years and years ago. I kicked him out of my house, and he still had some things in the closet. And I opened the closet, and there's like a little, like, rusty looking chest in the bottom of the closet. I'd never seen it before. And I was like curious, and I was like, I'm going to open this motherfucker. And I opened it, and it was ladies' underwear. It was like, they were dirty as fuck. I literally, like, I came out the room, and I was just like, I was like shocked. I could not fucking believe what I was seeing. It was some weird true crime shit. And like, I threw it away. I threw it in the trash can, the whole box. I was just, and then he was just like, did I have something else here? I was like, nope. I don't know what you're talking about.
you're referring to.
And I was like, don't ever come to this house again. Like, I was like,
Where's
Yeah.
my dirty underwear?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You think he like bought it off of eBay
No,
or
girl.
He was going
That box
inside.
smelled. This was people's underwear.
Right, but they like sell dirty underwear on
That's
the internet.
true. I don't know.
For
He was
money.
broke, so he probably didn't buy them. Like,
Yeah.
Was he cheating on you? Like,
well, I had suspicions he was, but
Oh.
like he, dated a lot of girls back in the day. And I remember one time, like, and I was 18, y'all. Like, I'm almost 30 now. Like, I learned some things, okay? Like, but like I remember he mentioned something about like having like, a weird fetish for underwear, and I was like, that's gross. But you know what?
dirty
Like,
underwear.
and then I found that shit. Yeah. And I was like, and I actually never told anybody about it except my brother until like this podcast. So now everybody knows my ex is a fucking creep. Yeah. Yep.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's more common than you think it is.
Yeah. He would
Which
also
is
get
scary.
drunk and like dress up as a pirate. It was,
Oh,
it was
yeah,
pretty
That
bad.
was drawing
guy.
a line right
It was
there.
pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Yeah. Like, I remember we went into Sheetz one time because, like, Sheetz is all over North Carolina, and his license was expired, and this motherfucker was dressed like fucking, Captain Jack Sparrow walking into Sheetz on a Thursday night, and the Sheetz employee wouldn't sell him cigarettes because his, like, license was expired, and he, like, flipped the fuck out in the middle of Sheetz about it, like, screaming and yelling and shit. And I'm just standing there like, Oh my God. Like, I was shocked. Like, I didn't even have words. Like, and he, like, bolted out the fucking door, and there was, like, 2 cops sitting at the table, like, ready to arrest him for, like, disrupting the peace. I went up to the Sheetz employee, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't even know what to say. And the Sheetz employee was just like, it's all right. Like, so I was like,
God.
I don't think it's okay, but I just want you to know that I'm not okay with this.
Was it
Like,
Halloween when he was?
no, girl, it was August.
What?
It was a random day.
It was a random
was a
day.
Hey, what? He just dressed it up just like a kid who wants to go to
and
school
I got
as
people that
Spider-Man?
can vouch for me on that shit. Like, I'm
my
not
God.
crazy. Like, this motherfucker was wild.
God.
Like, yeah.
Was he like really cute?
No.
Oh no, what we doing?
He was
bro?
cute in high school, and then he, like, let himself go real bad. And I like, the last mugshot I saw of him, I was like, ugh.
Ooh.
Hey.
I was like, what did I do? Like, what
Oh,
was
no.
wrong with me? Like,
Oh.
yeah.
Hey, we all make these decisions.
We do. We
Yeah.
do. And we learn from them. You know, like I said, I was like 18. I'm about 30 now. So, like, you
Hey.
learn. You learn a lot in 12 years. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. But
It's
I
fine.
learned very quickly, never again will I trust the man who keeps a hoard of women's underwear and
Or dresses
dresses up like a pirate when he gets drunk. Like, oops.
Yeah. That
Ooh.
should be
Yeah.
suspicion
If you're
number one.
listening to this, fuck you. Like, that's how I gotta say it.
Yes.
Kiss my
Yeah.
ass, bitch.
Fuck
Like,
Bitch.
I hope, you know what? I can't say that.
Fuck all my friends' exes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. This is the moral of the podcast. Fuck the exes. For real.
Yeah.
Get help. Get help.
Get some help.
Get help.
Get some help.
You can get help
Therapy.
right now.
Call this number. No, I'm kidding.
Call our Google phone. Like, these motherfuckers are gonna call our
Call us.
Google phone and be like, I fucking hate you, bitch.
Dude, I hope so. I hope so. I would love
play
'cause
it.
we would- okay, actually. Oh my god. Yeah.
We play it on the
Let's
podcast.
tell y'all.
Good. Oh my god.
Yeah. Our Google voice number is 615-800-8015. So, if you would like to leave us a nasty message or tell us, am I the asshole story, or just tell us a funny.
20.
20.
A 20.
Keep that.
Tell us a funny story. We would love to hear you.
We would love to.
Mean.
Yeah.
We're all healed women here. Healing women here. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
We can handle it. Can you?
Yeah.
Like, that's the
I
question.
can't handle it. I will
Can
come find you.
Can you?
Oh no. Oh no. I can handle it. We're big girls here.
Yeah.
That's all right.
We'll roast your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
fun.
You know.
Cute.
I love it. This is girlhood.
Yes.
This is girlhood.
This is what it means.
This is what it's all
Oh
about.
my god. Someone posted like, "Oh, you gotta remember that your mom is also going through girlhood," and then I
Huh?
just bawled.
I cry every time
Oh.
I see something
Oh,
like that.
Never fucking mind. Never fucking mind.
I said, huh? What you mean? Girlhood.
No, I think about that shit though sometimes because like my mom was 27 when she had me. I was like,
Same.
ain't no way in hell I could fucking have a child
Dang.
at 27. I'm like, my mom is a bad bitch. That's a compliment, mom, by the way. That's a compliment.
That's a good thing.
That's
Oh
a
my
good
god! I think my mom was it 27 or 28. I don't know. She had me around this time too. Girl, you crazy. That's
And my
not-
mom had twins.
Yeah.
At 27.
Yeah.
She had 2 at once.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
That's a
She
scary
didn't even
thought.
mean to. I mean,
I
I guess you never mean to, but
Yeah.
she like they couldn't get pregnant, and so she got on like fertility medication.
Yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, let's just give her 2 at the same time.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're here. And your sister's here.
Yeah, we're both here.
Yeah.
And you guys get to meet her next week.
Yay!
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yes.
Right, if y'all want.
Yeah, because you got a birthday coming up.
Mhm.
Yeah. Everybody go wish
birthday.
Taryn happy early birthday.
Yeah, April 18th.
Our Aries babe.
Sorry.
The little dolphin. I feel like I'm keep bumping my mic accidentally.
It's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Speaking of our Google Voice number, we did get a submission for Am I the Asshole?
Yay!
We're going to discuss it here on the last part of the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you for submitting. Hope it wasn't as crazy as the last one, because, like, what the fuck were you doing in her food? Like,
Oh, Lord. Yeah, that was just obvious asshole.
I can't cross my eyes, but if I could, it looked like this, like. What the fuck? Anyway.
Yeah.
I want to preface this by noting that the person in question now uses she, her pronouns, but used he, him pronouns at the time the story took place. We have permission to use both sets of pronouns when telling the story in our thoughts. I met this girl on Hinge and we had talked for a bit before I invited her over to my place. We set a time, I think it was like 8:30. Since she was coming over, I got ready and then hopped on to play a competitive game of Rainbow Six with my friends. Well, she ended up arriving at 8 o'clock, 30 minutes earlier, right in the middle of the game. I went out to meet her and said, hey, look, I can't just leave this match. There's a penalty, you get banned, and it would put my friends at a disadvantage. Just let me finish the game. She said, okay. I think we finished around 8:35, and when I came out, she was gone. Then she texted me, wow, I cannot believe you prioritized a video game over a real woman in your house. And I'm just sitting there like, bitch, this was a ranked game with the boys. She goes to me, am I the asshole?
That's a tough one. Because if you, on one hand, if you set a time for 8:30 and you show up at my house at 8 o'clock, I can't promise that I'll be ready. You know what I mean? Even if it's 30 minutes, like, sure, you know, everybody's time range is different. But, like, if you tell me 8:30, I expect you to be here at 8:30, not 8 o'clock, you know? Right. So, like, I feel like the way that the individual that wrote this, like, you know, explained to her that, hey, I'm playing a game with my friends, you know, like, give me a moment. Like, I feel like it sounded respectful. It didn't sound like he was just like, bitch, what the fuck? Why are you in my house with this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't sound like that they were...
It just turns into Tyrese Gibson.
But it didn't sound like they were, like, rude to that, like, to the girl. Like, it sounded like they were just like, oh, well, I got to finish this game. Like, give me some time. Like, fine, you know? I feel like anybody who's, like, really understanding would be like, okay, sure, I came early. Yeah. You were probably busy. Cool. We set it for 8:30. Like, I was done 5 minutes later, like, past the time that we had already explained that we were going to hang out. Like, whatever. You'll survive 5 minutes. Like, it's all right. Yeah. You know, everybody has their hobbies and shit, you know? But on the other hand, it's like, you know, I feel like the response to, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I don't feel like you're the asshole here. I really don't. No. Like, maybe that'll change here in a couple of minutes. But, like, a part of me kind of feels like the way that she responded about, like, wow, I can't believe you prioritized a video game over, like, a real woman in your house seems kind of snarky. Like, a little bit. And I love women, don't get me wrong. Like, I support women all day. But, like, at the same time, like, you know, it doesn't sound like they were rude to you. And you did come 30 minutes earlier than the suggested time. Right. Like, maybe they were going to be busy and they, you know, like, set out their timeline for the night. People do that. People have routines. Maybe that was their routine. I don't know. Again, my opinion might change here in a second. Like,
my thing is, like, they're both, like, the assholes in this story.
Yeah.
Really. One, for the
everybody
girl
kind of sucks
showing
here. Like,
up early. Two, why are we starting a competitive game of Rainbow Six? And it's going 5 minutes over the time that you told someone to come over.
That's true. That's
when
true.
Did
I didn't think about that.
The game?
That I don't know, but it went 5 minutes over the time that, you know, they said to get there.
That's true.
So,
that
like,
is true.
So I mean, I would feel like, okay. I mean, it's 5 minutes, but like, could it have gone longer?
Right. Right.
Like, so I feel like I would be the same way. I'd be like, maybe not say that, but I probably would have left and been like, I got sick.
Yeah, I feel like that's part of the reason why I'm, like, hesitant to say, like, you're not the asshole is because of the way that both of you, like, responded to that situation. Like, wow, I can't believe you prioritized a game over a real woman in your house. And you're just like, bitch, it was a ranked game. Like, to be fair, if I went on a date with somebody, yeah, show up a little early, whatever. But, like, if I just met you for the first time and that was the case, like, you know, I probably would have the same impression as this girl. Like, I would probably be like, oh, okay, so we're just going to play a video game on the night that we're supposed to go on a date.
Also, sick. Why are we inviting people over to the house that we've never met?
Oh, so there were, like, physical people there. I thought this was, like, an online game.
Oh, no, I meant, like, this, the girl who's invited over. They were talking for a while off Hinge. Why are we inviting strangers over to the place? Yeah. I know this is, like, off topic, but it's just like, why?
Yeah, let's not do that for a first date.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I agree. Because, like, you really, I mean, I'm not saying that anybody in the story is crazy or, like, you know, a psycho killer or whatever, but, like, I'm not inviting nobody I don't really know to my house for the first date. Like, no, thank you. We're going to go to Chipotle. Like, Chipotle. We're gonna go somewhere public that people can hear my screams.
And as someone who used to drive 4 hours just for men.
Oh, girl.
I remember this era.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Was I doing it then? In 2022, there's no way.
I at least remember you saying, you may have just told me about something in like that in the past.
Oh, okay. So I was like, there's no way.
I think that's, I don't think it was like
I think I was sort of kind of healed by then.
We've done a lot of things for men that we shouldn't have, and it's okay. It's okay. You learn. But anyways.
I don't know. It's just, and I feel like the last statement, I know it's like supposed to be comedic, but I feel like, bitch, it was a ranked game. I feel like they already had an idea of what this woman meant to them anyway. So they probably just didn't care at all. There's no way that, like, if someone who looked like Megan Good was coming through your place, you go act like this.
That's a good point.
Way.
That's a good
You'd
point.
Be like, fuck this game.
Yeah. Right. Because I don't know for sure if maybe, you know, they got ready beforehand and then decided to play the game. But, like, I feel like if you really cared about this woman and you really cared about making an impression. Yeah, but, like, if you cared about making an impression, don't you think that you would take that time to, like, get ready and, like, maybe get the house ready? If she's coming over to your house, like, don't you think that you'd want to, like, you know, spruce up a little bit? Like, light a candle, something. Like, put on white chicks. I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like.
Not ready, but they still started the game.
Yeah.
No.
And I've never played Rainbow Six before, but is it like a prolonged game? Like, can it take a really long time?
Maybe so. I don't really know. It went 5 minutes over. I don't know if they were really trying to
hustle. Like,
complete the game. It's just like this. If it was a scheduled game,
right?
That would make it a little bit different,
right?
But then again, you would have the person.
You would tell them after. Or, like, even just be like, hey, I've got something going on from this time to this time. Please come at this time instead.
Tell the person, like, hey, I'm playing a game.
Yeah.
So sometimes it does go over a little bit. Or, I don't know. There's a lot of things in here.
Yeah. I think
asshole.
My opinion's starting to change. I think everybody sucks here. I think everybody's the asshole here.
Yeah, I kind of feel that. I just simply would not show up half an hour early. Anything. Because, like, there's no telling what they're doing. They're probably not ready yet. Like, I get ready and I'm not ready until, like, right on time.
Yeah.
So that's just me personally. I would not put someone through that. And it's like, that's kind of your time, you know? You can kind of do whatever you want before the set time that you have with that person.
Right.
In the 5 minutes, it's like, dang. But, I mean, it was only 5 minutes. It's not that long.
No.
But... yeah, I'm just like, but also it's a video game. Come on. I don't know. That's hard.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
That's tough.
I think initially reading it, I was like, I don't think you're the asshole, but, like, sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, I think everybody's kind of the asshole here.
There's, you already have, like, preconceived notions about this person that maybe you just, like, you know, I guess it was, you know, like, fucking get out.
Right.
You know?
Right. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Because, like, again, like, if you cared about this date and you cared about, like, again, making a good impression, then, like, I feel like you would put a little more effort into making the night, like, special and not just hop on the video game. You know what I mean?
Right before. Yeah.
Right.
Just thinking that. Like, I don't know. Everybody sucks here. Everybody sucks.
Yeah.
Like, because I get, like, you know, on her end, like, you know, I understand, like, you know, being upset, but also, like, you did come 30 minutes earlier than, like, what y'all scheduled. So, like you were saying, like, you know, people might be doing shit in between that time.
Yeah, they're, like, getting all their farts out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, anything. That's your time to do whatever.
Exactly. You know? Fucking crop dust the whole house, like, to get pre-ready. It's just, but, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
We sorry.
Love you, friend.
Love ya. Thanks for submitting your story.
Yeah. Thank you for letting us rip you a new one. But on that note,
That's it for this week's episode. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Sis of the Traveling Rants Podcast and on TikTok at Sis of Traveling Rants. Also, submit your Am I the Asshole stories to our email or business number, both listed in our contact information on Instagram. Take care, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.